Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the King Ugly Crew. Tonight we have Case Isaiah
Howdy.
and Lonnon. That would be Lonnon.
Hello.
So tonight we are going to talk about video games. And because there's only a couple of us on, we're really the main few, I guess, that really do enjoy playing video games.
Jason,
Case, not so much lately. Yeah, Jason, a little bit. Power, a little bit. Fuff, a little bit.
I think we all enjoy the aspect of playing video games. It's just time lately.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What do I have? I have a choice of playing a game or doing something else.
Right, that's my same boat. Is like when I've got basically nothing else to do, like on a Sunday morning, I'll sit down and play a video game for a few hours, but that's about it.
And that's how I relax. Like my wife, when we're watching TV or something, she always complains at me that, if we're watching TV or we're watching a movie, I'm picking at something. Either it be my elbows or my fingers or my feet or whatever it might be. I'm always picking at something. So
keep your hands busy. I didn't even think about that.
With a controller in my hand, I do not pick. And it's just, I enjoy it. I feel like video games are more fulfilling than just sitting down and watching TV because, there's so many things in a video game that you got to think through, right?
Oh, yeah. Especially some kind of trivia-based, or not trivia-based, but RPG role game or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yep. I mean, there's so many different things to think about. What kind of a build are you going to make? Changing this thing out, what stats is that going to change? Or, hey, how do I solve this puzzle? Just different things like that.
That's kind of my favorite genre would be the puzzle style games like that, like Zelda, Tomb Raider. Those are some of my favorite games.
Yep, I agree. God of War. Yep. I want to play Phoenix Rising, but I'm probably going to wait for it to go on sale.
It looks exactly like Breath of the
Wild and Odyssey had a baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's what everybody says. That. And your stinking weapons don't break.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Well, your weapons break in
Breath of
the Wild.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Every single weapon. Yeah, you might get 15 hits out of it. Even the Master Sword, it doesn't break. It runs out of power. So, yeah, hopefully we're not ruining anything for people.
Oh, this game's been out for years.
Yeah, if you're ruining it, then they're like me and they just aren't going to play it because they don't have a Switch.
Right. It is fantastic. Like, I totally recommend playing it. But
there's one on Android that Case got me onto that he said is a lot like that.
Oh, what's it called on it?
I don't know. I can find it, but I'll find it while we're talking about something.
It's super, super popular Android and iOS game, but it looks exactly like Breath of the Wild for your phone.
Dang it, now you got me interested. Okay, Lonnon, find it.
Yeah. Doom and Destiny? Is that it?
No. We'll find it. But Lonnon, or Dane, you said you had a format for tonight. What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, Case, we might be a little bit before we get to you, because I'm going to start with the first, and I'm going to go video game systems as opposed to computers. But the first video game system, Lonnon, that you can remember that we had, and what games stand out the most?
Atari, and what was the one that you played through the jungle?
Defender?
No.
Oh, Pitfall.
Pitfall and Pole Position. Wasn't that on there too?
Yep. That's so I didn't even think about Pitfall, but I remember playing that so much. But Defender, do you remember that?
Yeah, and
you can totally make Defender sounds. Missile Command.
Missile Command.
Yeah, but on Defender, you can totally make the Defender noises using a straw and a drink.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yep, but Atari, that'd be.
Sorry.
What Case? Okay, what is it?
Genshin
Impact. Yep, I just found it too.
Genshin Impact?
It's GENSHIN Impact.
What kind of game is it? Is it like an RPG? Is it?
Yes, RPG.
Is it like Breath of the Wild?
Very, very similar graphics, Breath of the Wild, and gameplay, in my opinion. And the weapons don't break. But it also has some aspects of the new Zelda in as well, because you can switch between characters.
The new Zelda that hasn't come out yet?
No, the Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, gotcha. Yep.
Yes.
Haven't played it.
Both of them are...
It's Dynasty Warriors, but Zelda. But anyway, haven't played it either. And nothing goes on sale on Switch, and I have a hard time paying $60 for a video game. And now with Series X and PS5, it's now $70. So that's why Game Pass is such a good deal.
Dang.
Right?
Yep. So anyway, Atari. What else on Atari, Lonnon? Anything else that stands out?
Was Qubits on Atari? Or was it
Qbert?
No. You know the one where you would have to cut off half
Draw
the screen?
lines.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or was that on Nintendo?
I don't think that was Nintendo. I think that was Atari. So yeah, where you cut like half the screen off and you couldn't get hit by the little moving star.
Yeah, and then you'd have
Yep,
to.
that was a cool game.
Yeah, that one was a fun one because it was very like you had to think about it. Okay, I got to move now because they're going to be just passing where I'm going to go by the time I get
Yep,
there.
it's definitely rhythm based. I think most of my favorite games, and this will kind of segue into the next section, are rhythm based. So let's move to the Nintendo. And Case, do you have any favorite games on Nintendo?
Like the original
The OG
Nintendo?
NES.
Yes, the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. I know you weren't even around.
Mario, right? Mario was one of the first ones.
Super Mario.
Yep, Super Mario Brothers, and then
Yep.
2 and
Okay.
3
Duck
were
Hunt.
both on there.
Duck Hunt. Oh, I totally forgot about Duck Hunt. Yeah. But yeah, Super Mario is definitely
Track
it's
and
one of
Field?
those.
Yep.
I don't think I played that one, to be honest.
Yeah,
With the
you're
Power
probably a
Pad?
little young.
Yeah. So, sorry, Case, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say definitely Super Mario is a staple. Like even like with my Switch now, I bought a Mario game because honestly, Mario is just it's one of those games that's puzzle based. Plus, it's just dumb fun. About the easiest way I can describe it.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot of brain power, but it takes some thinking, and it's fun. It's fun to figure things out, how to do things.
Yes.
Awesome. So, Case, Super Mario Brothers on Nintendo. Lonnon, what about you?
Definitely all the Super Mario Brothers, Zelda, Excite Bike was super fun.
Oh
played
yeah, I
that a
totally
lot.
forgot about that one. That was a lot of fun with me too.
A
I have
lot
that
of
on
people
my
really
Switch.
liked Tetris, but I wasn't like I enjoyed Tetris, but it wasn't like oh yay Tetris,
I think Tetris got big on Game Boy because it was like, one of the first, I think it was the first game that came out for Game Boy.
Tell me what game this is. Up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Anything Konami but Contra.
Contra in general, yeah. But what's crazy is like I was talking to a friend of mine once, and he was like, you could tell if a kid was an only child or if the kid was a
BA Start versus BA Select Start.
Exactly, whether he had family or whether he's a only child. And he's like, because I remember it just start. He's like, but I was an only child, so.
That's funny. I never even thought about that. But I mean, yeah, it's a no-brainer because every time I say it, I say select start because we always, we're
Right.
two players.
There's always select start, yeah. Like Mike was probably start. I never thought about it, but our brother-in-law Mike, he was probably just start until he got around to us.
What is Contra?
It was a
Are you
side-scrolling.
kidding me?
Yeah, it was a side-scrolling.
You get
shoot
different
game.
guns. You could get spread. You could get a machine gun. You could get a wave gun. You
I'm
could
looking
get.
it
I
up.
mean, dude, Contra is
you'll
cool.
just have
One
to
of the
go-
hardest games.
So I have a NES Retro Pi with all of them on it. You'll just have to come play it.
Yep. So, so the reason I was talking about rhythm games, and most of my favorite games are rhythm games, and I'll kind of explain it as we go through the different genres. But Punch Out. So
Yeah.
Punch Out is all based on rhythm and finding people's weaknesses and exploiting them. And I loved Punch Out. Also Zelda. I was in second grade, woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday morning, and I beat Zelda by noon from the very beginning to the end. And I beat
don't
it by
know if
noon, so 7 hours.
I don't know if I've ever beat Zelda.
Any of them? I'm the
Yep.
same way.
Like, that's the problem.
I've never
It's
beat
like,
Second Quest.
I can only think of a few games I've ever completely finished.
I see, and with me, it's like I used to not get a new game until I finished the one that I had.
But with Game Pass.
It's so
With Game
hard.
Pass. Well, with Game Pass, Ritual of the Night is leaving on the 15th,
Yeah,
which is
I
a
know.
fantastic game, and I just beat it.
Yeah, it's very symphony. Well, what is it like? Symphony of the Night.
It's totally Symphony of the Night.
Yeah,
Totally,
it's
yep.
a super good game, but it's just like all the different Castlevanias, kind of.
But it's so much more in depth. Anyway,
Right. Metroid is another great one.
Metroid.
Yes.
Metroid I
Yes,
beat.
yes.
Super Metroid, probably one of my favorite games of all time.
I agree with that. It's way better, but we're not on the Super NES yet. Kid Icarus,
Nope, we're
remember
not.
that, Dane?
Yeah, but we didn't ever really get very far into it.
No, we always
Zelda
rented it.
2. We always
Link.
rented Super Mario Brothers 2. But yeah, Zelda 2, most people don't like. I think it's fantastic.
I think it was good too.
With the side scrolling, it was
Yeah.
really good. I beat it. I
You
think I've beat every Zelda game that I've played.
All the Mega Mans were
Really?
fun.
Oh yeah, remember the Mega Mans where that's what we'd rent a lot too, and Rygar.
Rygar. Yeah, never
yep.
could beat Rygar. Oh,
I beat Rygar.
did you finally
'Cause
beat it?
Yep, they have it on Switch now, so I beat
Gotcha.
Rygar. But
Simon's Quest.
Oh yeah, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. There's so many. Here's what blows my mind. One, how the heck did we find out things? It was usually at school is where you talk to people like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take NBA Jam, which once again was Super Nintendo, but you'd find out from different people how to do different dunks and the Konami code. Find out from people at school. Castlevania 2, I remember. You remember the cliff on Castlevania 2 where you have to duck for like 5 seconds and then it opens up a whole new area below you? If you don't duck, you'll just die when you fall down it.
No, I don't remember that.
Yep, so there was that.
Did you know that there was a whole...
How did we find that stuff out?
Well, there was I didn't know this, but I was watching this thing on Netflix, and there was
Nintendo Power?
Well, but that's where the Nintendo Power magazine started, but there was like a call-in service, and you could pay a certain amount of money, right? And they would tell you how to do things. But wow. Like these guys literally were playing the games, trying to figure out all the things to do.
I saw that. The guy with the mullet.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's just amazing, like all these secrets that there were in the games where now what do?
You just jump online.
You just Google it and it's like, oh, okay, no problem.
Yep.
I mean, I remember spending, I'm going to go to Punch Out, Soda Popinski. It took me probably 4 months to beat Soda Popinski. And once again, that's just back to rhythms and stuff like that. But what other games can you think of on Nintendo that had like secrets? Section Z,
Dragon
Trojan.
Quest had secrets too, but I don't know if you played any of the Dragon Quests.
Not really.
Double Dragon.
Breath of Fire. Oh yeah, Double Dragon. That was a great game.
Tecmo Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh! Just fade back forever and throw it to the guy down on the right. Usually,
right. You just keep fading back and back and back
Jerry
and back
Rice
and throw it.
Or Marcus Allen.
Yeah,
I think.
You played with the Raiders. The Raiders always destroyed Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, yeah. We just throw people off.
Yep. And then you got Battletoads was a super fun one.
Battletoads was so hard. I don't think I ever beat Battletoads.
No, because it was one of the ones you could... I mean, none of these games you could really save except for Zelda. On Rygar, you had to finish it all the way through or you started over from the beginning again.
Yep. You remember Jurassic Park where we left the Nintendo on for like 4 days?
Yep.
And then... Oh, what was I just going to say?
You've got all the Final Fantasies. 1, 2, and 3 were there.
1 and 2. 3 was on Super Nintendo. Well, 3, what we called 3 here in the States. 3 was the first one on Super Nintendo.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, on Battletoads, you remember this level with the bike, with the speeder? You essentially had to memorize that entire level. And I think there were 3 of those levels because it doesn't give you enough time by the time you see where the wall is or that you have to jump, that you just have to know what's coming. And so I remember, that was just ridiculously crazy hard.
Yeah, Case probably doesn't remember any of these. He's going to have to come over and play the Retro Pie.
Yeah, I seriously got to try some of these because I'm on Google right now as you guys are talking about these, looking up just screenshots.
Oh, I totally
Double
forgot.
Dragon.
But Battletoads
awesome.
And Double Dragon.
Yep. I don't know that I played that much.
It's what's
Turtles in Time.
I don't remember that one. Oh, you're talking about
Power got it.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, Power got it for Christmas. Do you remember that one? I don't remember if that was on Nintendo or Super Nintendo. I always remember I'd rent POW, or not rent. I'd borrow it from a friend of mine, and that one was cool. Bad Dudes.
The first.
You remember Bad Dudes?
Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, that was so hard. That's one game I never beat because I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it was super hard. F-15 Strike Eagle. We played that a lot.
Top Gun. You remember where we'd put the 2 chairs behind each other and then we'd put a blanket over the TV so it was like a cockpit?
Yep.
And landing on the aircraft carrier. That was so much fun.
You guys are such nerds.
Dude, we all did this. Power needs to be on this because he did a lot of these things too.
Ooh, Fester's Quest.
I don't remember Fester's Quest. I played it on my on Android because I have like all of them, and I don't ever remember playing that.
Really? What about Fanaxidoo?
Yes, Fanaxidoo. I absolutely remember. And what was it Legacy of the Wizard?
It was like a side-scrolling RPG.
Yeah, it was hard. Lana, do you remember buying? What was it called? We all bought it together. Power picked it out because we were like, yeah, get a game. And we gave him our money. And it was like on a spaceship
Oh,
that you flew around. And
yeah, you had to make. Oh, I cannot even think of the game. I know what you're talking about. It was like nobody has the game though. Like it's not a common game at all, but it was fun.
No, not at all. And it was fun. It was hard. Section Z too. I remember as soon as I figured out how Section Z worked, that game got fun.
Akari Warriors. I'm trying to look at if I can figure out the other
yep,
one.
1942.
Gosh, what was that one called? Oh, I don't even remember what Power had. Oh, it was a fun game. It was,
that was
really
like
hard.
Astro something.
I'll go up to A's. Anyway, we can move on to the next.
Asti and X. So yeah, I mean there were so many Nintendo games that we got to play, and because you just your friend had something and you had something, you guys would just trade, or you'd let them borrow it, or whatever the case might be. Do you remember doing that, Lonnon?
Oh, a ton. I don't remember Asti and X though.
It was like side-scrolling. Think Conan with an axe. You could throw the axe. He was kind of like Castlevania, but he was a lot bigger on that. Do you remember the one? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if we move on to SNES, I can actually participate in this conversation.
Yeah, I know. What was the one that we played at the Konakoas?
The one was Air Fortress.
Air Fortress, yep, that is totally it.
Like
Air Fortress.
Yeah, it shows pictures of it, but they're really terrible. It's not like the stuff. Like I remember that part of the game, but I remember more. There was a lot more to it.
Yep, that was fun. But what was the one that we played at the Konakoas?
Like
Legacy of Kain, or no, not Legacy of Kain. You were in the trees and you were jumping around. You had throwing stars. Anyway, that one was cool. So yeah, okay.
Oh wait, are you talking about Ninja Gaiden?
No. Ooh, Ninja Gaiden. I beat that that's the first video game I bought, and it was $29.99. I bought it at Target.
Jeez, that's expensive back then.
I beat that game.
Shoot, the NESs were $200 back then.
No, NESs were like $100.
Super Nintendo. I thought they were too.
No, Super Nintendos were $200.
Gotcha.
Jeez, that's like $400 nowadays.
Lonnon, you're thinking with the Power Pad and Duck Hunt, I think they were $200.
Yeah, but that's what Mom and Dad got us. Like, so I mean, you think about $200 back in late '80s. That was a lot of money.
Yeah, that was a lot of money. Yeah, but I think just the Nintendo by itself was $86.
So now video games are that expensive.
Yeah. So let's get to Super Nintendo. Okay, so Isaiah, you said you can comment on this.
Yeah, so I'm just going through the list. I'm like, wow, I played that, and that. I had to say, probably one of my favorites is Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
I loved that game. Like, it was just a fun.
The graphics on that when it came out were unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, they were pretty awesome.
It was great.
I really enjoyed ActRaiser.
Yes, and 1 and 2. And yes, ActRaiser was awesome. Case, did you ever play that? It was also very hard.
Negative. I have not even heard of that, to be honest.
Oh, never mind. That's not the one I was thinking of. It must be a different one. Hold on.
ActRaiser was the side scroller where you also built the city, and then you'd go fight.
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't see the city part.
You'd go down and fight things to like open up new areas where you could then make your city even bigger. And that's ActRaiser.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, fantastic game. I totally forgot about ActRaiser. What else you got, Case?
Mortal Kombat 2. I think that's the one that has always been instilled in me by Dane. Is Mortal Kombat in general.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's funny is that we did Street Fighter forever.
Yep, with Mike, Street Fighter 2. I mean, we would play that game in his trailer. Do you remember that, Lonnon?
Yep.
In the middle of the summer in, Twin Falls, Idaho, and it still gets 95, 100 degrees, and we'd be sitting out there through the summer in this trailer. It's one of those pop-ups. So there's like no AC, no ventilation, but we had his TV out there and the Super Nintendo, and we would just play like all day and all night, and we'd sneak out at night and go play.
Oh.
Do you remember that, Lonnon?
To be a teenager back in those days.
Yep.
But Mortal Kombat 1 on Super Nintendo didn't have Sub-Zero's fatality where he pulls the head off and the spine's hanging down. They put the one in where he freezes him and breaks him. The Sega Genesis did have that fatality. Yep. So
which Doug had.
That was I think Todd had. Oh, Todd didn't have it. Somebody had it. I don't remember who.
By far the coolest fatality in the series.
Yeah,
Still
well,
is.
and dude, when Mortal Kombat came out with the blood and the violence and
oh my god,
it was like
got so much crap.
People
bad.
were freaking out.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Well, now look at GTA.
Right?
Well, people freaked out with GTA 3 because the GTA 1 and 2 were top down.
Yeah,
GTA
it was
3
terrible.
was when they
went 3D.
Yeah, it went 3D and
That's
yeah,
Vice City, right?
like no GTA 3.
Just GTA 3.
Vice City
Just
was
3?
after GTA 3.
Oh, okay.
Vice City was fantastic.
Yeah, that's the one I got to play a lot with.
Yeah.
Sorry, back
Vice
to
City.
SNES.
Oh yeah, I think we're getting the PlayStation, right?
Do you remember Populous, Dane?
Do I remember what?
Populous on
Yes,
SNES?
you really liked that. Lige had it.
Yeah, I liked it because it's another city building one. So I enjoyed those ones.
Yeah, it was slow for me. I really enjoyed SimCity on the computer when we'd play that, but
it was
I never got into Populous.
Yeah, it was not great though on... Like, didn't they move it over to one of the consoles? I don't remember which one, but it wasn't good on it. I remember that.
They moved it to Nintendo or Super Nintendo, and yeah, it wasn't very good. It was like a quarter of what the game was on the computer.
Oh,
so
I'm excited.
Is it Breath of Fire that was on SNES?
Breath of Fire was on Super Nintendo.
That was a great series. Breath of Fire 1 and 2. Yeah, they were both great.
That was great.
I think that might be one of the very few that I did beat all the way.
My favorite Zelda was on the Super Nintendo.
And then Super Metroid.
Link to the Past or what?
Yep, A Link to the Past. That's probably my favorite Zelda. Just the puzzles on it, and Ocarina of Time was pretty... Well, that was such a shift from anything. I mean, that was the first
really
3D Zelda. But I felt like Link to the Past, they nailed every aspect of it with the look of it, the graphics of it, the puzzles, the different dimensions, just everything. There's so many puzzles in that game and stuff I'll bet people still don't know about unless they, talk to their friends about it when it was out.
Yeah, you're probably right.
What else, Case?
Oh, I've already moved on. You guys started talking about, you said PlayStation. I just went over to PlayStation.
I don't know what you got. There's so many on Super Nintendo.
I didn't realize that they re-released. So Dragon Quest 1 and 2 were released. Dragon Quest 3 and 4, all of those were on SNES. But it looks like they were also... Oh, no, they were unreleased. They never released them on SNES. Funny.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Because they were all Japanese, went to PlayStation.
Yeah, 5 got canceled and 6 got canceled, unreleased as well. So it must have just been in just over in Japan.
Yep. What else on Super Nintendo, Lonnon? What else stands out? Super Punch-Out, once again.
Super Punch-Out,
a rhythm
game.
And just the different, like if you played Super Punch-Out, they added a bunch of different things to it. But
F-Zero.
Fantastic game. F-Zero, man, we played the heck out of that with Mike.
Yeah, so
Dude,
much.
I remember that.
F-Zero was so much fun.
Mario Kart. That was the first Mario Kart was on Super Nintendo.
Gotcha. I didn't remember that. But yes, super good one as well.
Well, Super Mario World was also a really good one.
Super Mario World is one of my favorite Super Nintendo games.
Well,
probably one of my favorite Mario games.
They brought Yoshi into it, and it was phenomenal.
And the flying with the cape, you could literally fly across the entire level. Back, forward, back, forward, back, forward. All you had to do is get the timing down. Yeah, that was the first game I ever played on Super Nintendo because Mike got it. And I was actually grounded when Mike got it. And he took me to school, so I'd go over to his house and I'd play it for 10 minutes before we had to go to school.
Yeah.
Because that was in 7th grade, and I was grounded for 3/4 of 7th grade. Yeah, that was the first time ever I'd gotten under an A, and I got a D-, and Mom and Dad grounded me literally for 3/4 and said I'd be grounded for the summer if I didn't get it up. So I got a B that quarter.
Dang.
I don't know how that never happened with me.
Me either.
Because I set the precedence pretty high. Don't set a high precedence. Like I said, I'd never gotten under an A until then. So I never had a B until 7th grade, and I got a D-.
What about Illusion of Gaia? Was that on...
Illusion of Gaia was Super Nintendo.
Yeah, yes, that was fun, right?
Fantastic game. Secret of Mana.
Yeah, I didn't like that one because I didn't like it's a RPG action.
It's action. It's like Zelda. That's what I liked about it. And multiplayer, though.
Yeah, but I liked the turn-based RPGs. So I like the JRPGs is what I like.
So like Final
Chronos, Lonnon, what's Chronos?
Chronos Trigger?
Chronos Trigger. That was a great game. And Secret of Evermore. I don't know if you guys ever played that one.
Nope.
That was really good. I bought that. I think that was my senior year. I bought that and played the heck out of it. What else on Super Nintendo? Super
I'm
Metroid.
just scrolling through.
We already
real quick.
said that one.
There are so many games. Like
The Mega
I
Mans
have
again.
most of them.
All the Mega Mans.
Yep, the Mega Mans. Those were all fantastic. Just the difference in the graphical quality from Super Nintendo back to Nintendo was amazing. And not just the graphics, but the sound.
Oh, just like you said earlier, NBA Jam. I totally forgot it was on
NBA
there.
Jam, yep.
Fantastic. I didn't realize they had a tournament edition.
Yep. I remember playing the heck out of that game. That was so much fun.
Yeah, I remember Dane getting so mad at me because I would sit there and find the two players that could just drop threes, and I'd just be dropping threes the whole time. And then I'd win Dane from dropping threes, and he'd get so PO'd about it. He's like, why don't you do something else? I was like, because I suck at playing it, but I could drop the threes pretty well.
Plus, I get more points again, this way.
Rhythm. It's all about your rhythm.
Yeah, like I think it was
Scope Zero, Lonnon.
I don't remember that.
With the big old bazooka gun?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Mike had it. And Mike had the power glove.
I remember doing Super Punch Out, and it was one where if you pushed the button fast enough, you could never get knocked down unless you got knocked down 3 times. And so I still to this day have, like, I can just make my forearm twitch enough that it'll just sit there and tap that button. And so maybe it wasn't that, maybe it was another game that I had. It was like you could put, certain points into your health and stuff like that. And I never put anything into it because I could always get up.
Yep. I think that was Fight Night.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yep. So yeah, Super Nintendo, probably one of the, I don't know, Lana, would you say one of the greatest collections of video games on a console?
Yeah, between that and regular NES, I mean, like, just as there's so many on the NES, so many on the SNES. Gosh, lots and lots. Although I think I played way more of the NES ones than I did the SNES. Because again, they were $50 a game, weren't they?
Yep.
So
I think by that time they were $39.99, and then I think PlayStation went to $49, and then I think PlayStation 3 they went to $59.
Do you remember Simpsons?
And Xbox 360.
Bart Nightmare?
Yes, Bart's Nightmare. Yes. And then Mike and I played NES Play Action Football a lot.
What was the one with
Super NES Play Action Football?
Right. What was the one with the surf and skate and surf, or surf and skate? Or was that NES? Or was that NES?
That was Nintendo. Just normal Nintendo. TNC Surf Company. Yeah, that was a cool game. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, Star Ocean was a great game.
Star Ocean was a great game. And
Star Fox.
Star Fox came out with the Super Nintendo because it had the what was the chip called? The Super FX chip.
Oh, yeah. That you had to put into the Nintendo. You had to take up the little thing and put the chip in and then put the cover back on.
I think you're thinking Nintendo 64.
Oh, probably.
But what was the Stunt Race Effects? Do you remember that?
No, but actually I just rolled upon it just now.
Dude, that's the one where the cars and stuff have like eyeballs. Do you remember the Chevron cars? Like the commercials with the Chevron cars? And they looked like that. And everything was kind of boxy. It's when they finally start to figure out that, I don't need to make a circle. I can make, a bunch of straight lines make into a circle. And that's the same with Star Fox. Everything was polygons. Yeah. But yeah, I forgot Star Fox came out on Super Nintendo. And yeah, that's if you watched that thing on Nintendo, I believe it was a Danish company. Nintendo ended up buying that company because they made the Super FX chip or whatever it was called. And instead of powering up the console, they powered up the cartridge with that with that FX chip. So, but it was like a big difference with that chip. So, all right, well, let's move on to the Nintendo 64. Or Case, should we go to PS1 since you're on PS1?
It's whatever you want to do. If we want to stick with Nintendo, we can stick with Nintendo.
Yeah, let's finish up Nintendo. So let's go to Nintendo 64. Case, you got any specials on that one?
Oh, absolutely. That's the one I think I played the most.
So What was
About the
I
only one
remember
I
playing
remember
Mike's
is
before we
Turok.
got ours. Turok, yeah, absolutely. That was the first game we bought when we bought ours. But
Turok was great.
what was the one that Mike had with the jet skis?
Oh, Wave Runner, I think is what it's called.
Was it called Wave Runner? That's what I was thinking.
I'm looking it up. Sorry, Wave Race 64.
Wave Race. Yep, where you could submarine it and
that was killer. I totally forgot about that game.
Oh,
yep,
I forgot 1080 snowboarding. I don't know how many controllers were removed or destroyed off of that game.
Oh my gosh. Well, do you remember like looking at the controller, the joystick after you got done playing, and there was like literally plastic dust particles all over down it.
Well, yeah,
because
and then it just wouldn't
moving
hang
it
right
around
anymore. You had to buy a new one.
Yep. I
What's
totally
funny
forgot
is
about
that
1080.
I'm surprised I never cracked one of those suckers open and figured out how to fix it.
I did. I had to fix my Elite controller. I fixed. I broke the bumper on it.
Right, but I mean like
They're
one of the
pretty
Nintendo
easy.
64 ones.
Yeah, I just don't think that we. I don't. Well,
I think
they
it
had
had
that
those
dumb
stupid
triangle.
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's what.
And it's not like you could go just search for it on the internet like you can now.
Yeah, Amazon. I need a triangle screwdriver. Done. It'll be there tomorrow.
Isn't
Yep.
it's just
So
wonderful.
yes, technology is wonderful.
N64 by far the most influential games for me was GoldenEye 007.
Oh yeah, totally.
Absolutely, headshotting somebody in that game,
or the golden gun.
Oh, the first-person shooter in that game is it's classic. It's a classic game.
Yeah,
I booted it up recently. It's so terrible.
That's so bad.
Trying to go back and play a first-person shooter without another stick is ridiculously hard.
Oh, I know. Like Doom. Like going back to play Doom. I'm trying to think.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
It's so difficult to me. So that Ocarina of Time.
So GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time, fantastic game.
Oh my gosh,
beat that
one. Game is so good.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie.
I never played Banjo.
Really? Did you ever play
I never.
I didn't play it either.
Or Conker's Bad Fur Day on that was on Xbox.
No.
That was supposed to be like, I think it was rated mature. It was one of the first mature rated games.
It's very naughty. Very naughty. Oh,
there was Castlevania
Xbox.
on Nintendo 64, but I don't know if I ever played that one.
It was. I loved Castlevania. I've always liked vampires and werewolves and stuff. It was the first 3D Castlevania, and I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, if you guys have played,
Dane, Conker's Bad Fur Day was on Nintendo 64 first.
Yep.
Was it?
Yeah.
Huh. I'm surprised Nintendo would let them do that. Well, Rare.
I
think Nintendo owned Rare.
It says on it, nobody under the age of 17 should play this game.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
This game is not for anybody under the age of 17. That's what it says.
Yeah, it's really not good for children by any means. But it's all cartoon characters, which is funny. So
what else, Case? So GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time.
I remember playing the Pod Racer, the Star Wars Pod Racer, a lot.
Yep, that just got re-released on Xbox.
Did it really?
Yep.
Ooh, I might have to go back.
Yeah, all the reviews are like, I didn't know you could buy nostalgia. It's fantastic. And Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 just came out.
Yes. I still want that game.
Those were great games.
I'm thinking about that.
Like there was a guy up here had it for sale for $20. I should have just bought it from him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, it was dumb not to.
With if you buy it the discless version, like through the Xbox store, you also get the Series X, Series S version, which is 4K 60 frames a second.
Oh, that should look awesome.
4K 60 frames a second is incredible. I just went back to playing Division 1 and it's only 30 frames per second, and I did not realize the difference. Well, the Series X can also do 120 frames per second if your TV can do it. Sorry. Getting back, crazy. Nintendo 64.
But Super Mario 64 was one of the Mario game that really
Super Mario World?
No, Super Mario 64.
Oh, so yes, that was the first 3D.
Yes, and it was awesome. Like
that is on Switch until the end of March, and then they're getting rid of it. The 3D All-Stars or whatever, that's going away at the end of March.
Oh, I need to go buy them then.
I think Case has it. Fuff. I think Fuff had it.
The game? All three of them?
Yeah.
So Sunshine?
Yeah, it's 64, Sunshine, and
Odyssey.
Galaxy.
No, Galaxy. Not Odyssey. Yeah, I have Odyssey.
Galaxy was fantastic. Sunshine was fantastic.
I love Sunshine.
I don't know if there's been a bad Mario game.
Odyssey, I'm finding it hard to continue.
Yeah, but as far as... I think that just comes with age. I beat that, but it was hard to get through it. You're right, Case.
That's my only issue with it. Is like, okay, it's super, super repetitive.
Yes,
super.
but it's
also made for
it's Mario to perfection.
13-year-olds. So yes, it's
But
definitely
I think
Mario.
it's Mario to perfection.
Definitely. What do you think of the other Zelda that came out with 64, the Majora's Mask?
Majora's Mask.
Yes.
One of the few Zeldas I never beat because of the day cycle that you restarted after 3 days.
So crazy.
And I don't know if I just didn't understand it.
Yeah. So basically, you have 3 days to complete all of the things you have to complete. If not, you restart.
Not necessarily the case. You keep the things that you found.
Oh, yes.
Think of early Dark Souls. Like when you die, you don't die and lose everything. You die and lose your souls, but anything you picked up, you still have.
All right.
Yeah, it's
so, and I think I didn't understand that aspect of it. And I think I was like 19 or 20. I was home from my mission. So I was at least 20 when I was playing that because I worked at Safe House. Yeah. Yep. But I don't think I understood the dynamic of it. And I was like, well, shoot, I don't want to go redo everything I just did again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the second time you got through, though, or the third time or whatever, you have different items. Now that you've said that, Dane, I totally realized that I could go beat that now. Like,
yep. Most people I've talked to that have played that game and beat that game, it's one of their favorite Zeldas.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, maybe I need to give it a shot then. Because, yeah, I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, I don't want to redo everything, like you were saying. So.
Yeah, I think I have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on GameCube.
Oh, GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to spend
Metroid,
just this one episode on
first person
on NES because we're already at 44 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
You know what? Let's just do that. Let's just finish up with the Nintendo, and
that's fine.
We'll go on to PlayStation after that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So Nintendo 64, the graphics pack. That's what you plugged into the bottom of the controller. No, the Rumble Pack.
Rumble Pack.
Remember that, Lonnon?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
The Rumble Pack. Fox came with the Rumble Pack. That was the first game that used the Rumble Pack.
I love Star Fox 64. It was another one of those games that it's classic to me. Like, it's just something that, like, it's so nostalgic for me because that's when
playing that in Lonnon's room in the basement in Shoshone. That's what I remember.
Awesome.
Excitebike 64, I remember too. Like
I don't
remember that one either.
It wasn't great. Like, if I remember correctly, it wasn't great. I
remember playing Jeremy McGrath, which was like one of the first, you're behind the person and they're racing, which is what they all do now. What was Excitebike 64? I need to look at that.
Okay, I lied. I definitely did not play this because, dang, I mean, for the day, it looks pretty dang good.
Do you remember Cruisin' USA?
Let me look. I was going to say Cruisin' USA. That game was
so
awesome.
Fun.
So fun. F-Zero X.
And you could, pull wheelies. I don't remember F-Zero X. Keep in mind, I was in Italy for part of, we got the PlayStation 1 right before I left for my mission because I wanted to play Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah. Donkey Kong
and I
64.
bought it at a PlayStation, or I bought it at a pawn shop for like $80 with Resident Evil in it. They didn't know it was in it.
Dad.
Yeah, well, no. And I've talked to you and I've talked to Power, and we got rid of Resident Evil, but what was the game we thought?
It was Final Fantasy.
It was Final Fantasy 7. Yep,
yeah.
But Dad was like, there's something evil coming from there, and we're like, oh yeah, it's Resident Evil, we'll get rid of it. But every single one of us said no, it was Final Fantasy 7, and I wonder why.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you remember Clay Fighters? Either of you?
Yes.
No.
Absolutely.
Clay Fighters. Yeah, it was so much fun.
That's Nintendo 64, I feel like, is when a lot of the, Killer Instinct came out. A lot of the fighting games. The first 3D Mortal Kombat came out on that one. And so the whole thing with Mortal Kombat before that was, the graphics were kind of realistic looking. Well, on the 3D one, they went to like a cartoony look.
Yep.
Bo Rai Cho, I think he was on that one the first time, and I think Baraka.
Right, yeah,
Baraka. Yep, that was cool. What else?
Doom 64 came out. Do you guys ever play that one?
No, didn't play that.
I never played that.
I played Doom and Duke Nukem both on computer. I never played them on 64.
And Wolfenstein. Dude, Wolfenstein was like mind-blowing when it came out.
Yeah, but that was
computer.
The OG.
Yeah, I remember playing that on the computer.
Yeah, it was a good one.
But that was the first-person shooter.
Oh, without a doubt.
Nintendo 64. My biggest memories on Nintendo 64 are Ocarina of Time, Cruising USA, and Turok probably.
GoldenEye. You got to
Yes,
GoldenEye
and
in there.
GoldenEye. Yes, GoldenEye was
We played so much
Once
GoldenEye
again,
at 4 players.
headshotting
Ridiculous.
people. Headshotting people in that game was so satisfying.
What a top! What a sentence!
Did you ever play Mario Party on any of those? Like I didn't play
Yes.
Mario Party until
Mario Party on 64.
the Wii.
I played Mario Party 3, I think, and I honestly I still enjoy Mario Party.
They're fun with people.
Well, yeah, when you got a bunch of people playing, it's a lot of fun, especially with the Switch, because you can hook up it's like 8 people now.
Yep, I enjoy the Mario parties, and yeah, Wii is where we really got into it though, because everybody had their own controller and it was all wireless, and it was you could do different things, and
yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
Did either of you play NBA Jam on the 64?
I don't think I did.
I don't think I did either. What's funny is they had 2 different studios make. So NBA Jam 2000 was done by Acclaim Studio Salt Lake City, and NBA Jam 99 was done by Iguana West.
Iguana West is the one I remember, because I remember the iguana with the Acclaim insignia.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, I didn't know it was on Nintendo 64.
Oh, Paper Mario?
Yep, I was literally just looking at that.
Oh, okay. I gotta throw
Mario.
it back to Super Nintendo and Mario RPG, Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, I saw that in the list,
it.
but I never played it.
Fantastic.
Really?
And Final Fantasy 3. Final Fantasy 3 is one of my favorite Final Fantasies because you had to do different moves. Like the main character, you had to do Ryu and Ken's Hadouken. So down, right, forward. That movement to do a Hadouken, the fireball.
Just starting it down and you end up going forward with it.
Yeah. So, but you had to do that in order to do, and everybody had different moves you had to do on the controller, and it would make them super powerful.
I don't remember that.
And the music on 3. Well,
yeah,
I played the heck out of that when I burnt my legs, when I had to stay in bed for basically a month.
Do you remember original NES, Paperboy? I think we tried Paperboy for SNES, but I don't think I didn't even know there was a Paperboy for. Oh, never mind, it was unreleased.
Yeah, we played the heck out of that game. That's when we would rent a ton. And Back to the Future. I don't know if you remember that.
I didn't realize there was Quakes on. Oh, nope, those were unreleased too.
So what else on Nintendo 64? Are we done on that one? I said,
what about Rampage?
Oh my gosh.
Rampage. Yes.
I totally forgot about Rampage.
Yeah, or Revolt. Wasn't that the one that was the
yes. No, that's
RC one?
I think that's Dreamcast.
That's RC Pro-Am.
No,
it was Revolt.
No, Revolt was an RC game.
Oh, yes,
I remember
it's right there,
that.
Lonnon.
Yeah.
What about RPM? RPM, do you remember that one, Lonnon?
Yeah, but I don't remember. Oh,
I think that was Super Nintendo.
What about Road Rash, Dane?
Oh my goodness. Todd and I played the heck out of that game.
What was that?
Yeah, Road Rash was fun. It was a bike game.
You're on a motorcycle and you're racing, but you can hit people with bats and chains and knock them off their bikes. And
dude, I seriously remember this now that you're saying it.
Then you buy new motorcycles, and they had real street bikes on it, like crotch rockets, and you had to buy them, and they were faster. And yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Pro Skater's on here. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2, and 3 looks like. Oh, sorry, unreleased.
On what?
Never mind. That's all PlayStation. Never mind. My bad.
I got those on Dreamcast.
Yeah.
It says Road Rash was unreleased too, but I know we played Road Rash.
We played Road Rash at Todd's on Sega. And no, there was a Road Rash on Nintendo 64.
Yeah, there was. There totally was.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because Revolt says
I feel
it
like
wasn't
I'm
released
missing
either.
things.
I'm sure we're missing something. Mario Kart 64 was on there. Another good one.
Yep.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I never played Perfect Dark. But that was one of the, a standout game for Rare.
Turok 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Just lots of Mario games.
Yeah.
Lots of Mario games.
So let's go to, what's next, GameCube?
GameCube,
yep.
Eternal Darkness. You need to play it. I have it. If you want to borrow my GameCube, I think I still have it too.
Eternal
Or
Darkness?
Actually in the Wii.
I
can
have
play
my GameCube
games on the
recently.
Wii. You need to play Eternal Darkness. It will freak you out.
Why do I remember this but not remember this?
Eternal Darkness was it messes with your mind.
So there was another 1080
don't remember it.
on that one.
1080 was on GameCube, yep.
Oh, I remember 4x4
Metal
Evo.
Gear Solid. Oh, Metal Gear Solid 2 was re-released on GameCube. Lonnon, what'd you say?
4x4 Evo.
Yes.
Oh, that was on Dreamcast.
Yeah, we played that on Dreamcast, but it also came out. Oh yeah, it says unreleased. Nope, in America we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
is
it was
America the
awesome.
last one?
Yes. North America is release date. Last release date. Yeah, I just realized that too, Lonnon. I'm guessing
Let's go
on
back and
Wikipedia
look
as
at
well.
some of those. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Eternal Darkness. The first
Animal
person
Crossing?
Metroid, Animal Crossing, was awesome.
Avatar's on here. The Last Airbender. I didn't know they had a game.
I didn't know that either.
The Legend of Aang.
Dude,
It was such
That's
a
a fantastic show.
It's such
Ainsley
a
and I
good
have been
show.
watching
Oh,
it.
so good.
I
I'm so
love
glad
that
they're bringing
show.
it back. They're actually, my Ashley told me they were bringing back, like, making new episodes for it.
Of
Like,
the
not the-
original
That's
or
cool.
the new one?
Not the live action. It's going to be an actual, like, cartoon series.
Dude, it was so
Did you guys
good.
watch the
Like, I remember watching it, and Sheree
sequel?
was like, "Why are you watching
Yes.
this? This is so terrible." Like the
So
the
good.
graphics, I was like, "The graphics aren't great. I will give you that, but the storyline is so freaking good."
It is. Well, and it was animated in like animation,
It
even
was
though it's
done
totally
on
all
purpose. Though. The
American.
guy that did it, the guy wanted it that way.
And it was, I really enjoy that genre.
Yep. Well, let's kick it back to we need to wrap this up pretty quick, and we still got the Wii. So
And the Switch. And the Wii U.
The Wii
Did
U is
anybody
just an
have a
extension
Wii U?
of the Wii.
Yeah.
I had a Wii U
Brianna
for
had it.
3 months, and I played it like twice, and I sold it.
Yeah, I get it. Another big one, Mario Sunshine, for sure.
The one
was
where
on
you bang
GameCube?
the bongos.
Yes.
Oh, the Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's like one of the only ones I really remember from that one.
Was Crash Bandicoot on there? I thought that was...
I thought that was PlayStation
Sony,
until it came out on. I don't think that was.
Crazy Taxi.
Except we played
Taxi.
that
That was
on
Dreamcast,
Dreamcast.
too.
Oh, Dreamcast as well. Like, all these games I'm thinking of, it's all Dreamcast.
Yeah, like you remember playing Resident Evil case, Code
Dreamcast.
Veronica,
Yep.
Dreamcast, Ready to Rumble, Dreamcast,
So
There were
Um,
so many good ones
Skies
on
of
Dreamcast.
Arcadia.
Oh,
Remember Skies of Arcadia, Lonnon?
yep.
That
And the
was
fact that the
fantastic.
Dreamcast would go through a monitor, you could get it through a freaking monitor, and then the quality was so much better.
Yep.
Dude,
I
the
remember.
graphics on the Dreamcast were like, I thought they were so good, even compared to the PS2.
Agreed.
Yeah, I
Like,
would agree.
it sucks that Sega didn't go any farther because their equipment was, my opinion,
The
leading.
Dreamcast was awesome
Yep.
with all the different things you could put into the
Yes.
with the
based with the little tiny Game Boy,
controllers and- yeah,
the memory
like
card.
so many things. It was
Yes.
just like so awesome. Anyway, we're getting off topic. We're already at 57 minutes. I'm sure I'm going to
Okay,
shrink
so-
this down to a lot, but
So Nintendo. Okay, so GameCube. Big ones for me, like I said, Metroid, Animal Crossing,
Super
Mario
Smash
Sunshine.
Brothers.
Yes, that was
Yep,
the first Super
Super
Smash.
Smash
No,
Brothers.
Super
Super
Smash
Smash.
Brothers was on 64 first.
It came out on
I didn't ever
64,
play it
but-
on that.
But
Yep,
GameCube
I played it
all
on
the
GameCube.
time.
play it on GameCube all the time. Yeah.
And the GameCube
Ooh.
controller was so much better than an N64 controller.
Oh, yes, heads and tails better.
Yes. But Need for Speed, Carbon, and Underground 2.
Underground.
Oh
was-
my
Underground
gosh.
was
It
my
was-
favorite.
Wait, that was on GameCube?
Yeah, it says right here, GameCube,
I played it
I
on
remember
Xbox.
playing a PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I played it on Xbox.
PlayStation
Midnight
2,
Club.
actually, probably.
Midnight
I
Club
never
was
played
on there.
Midnight Club. And it was Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, wasn't it?
Yes.
Lonnon,
With the
or
bongos.
Dane, you got me hooked on Pikmin.
Pikmin was a great game.
Really difficult. Like, I hated the time limit, but it made you want to get it done faster.
And it makes you think. Like it's one of those strategy. Like, okay, if I do this, I can't do this. How do I get this part? So yeah, Pikmin was a really cool game. What else?
Like,
So
I just
many
remember
games.
one of the first games that blew my mind was Metal Gear Solid 2. And that was on PlayStation 1 first, but they re-released it on GameCube and it looked so much better on GameCube
Oh.
and played so much better.
Did
really?
sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying
think
to
I still have it.
Lord of the Rings. Did that come out on GameCube?
That was PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
I just remember
The
playing
hack and
that.
slash?
Yes, and that game was
Oh.
really fun.
What about the
Yeah, those
Haunted
were fun.
Mansion? Oh, no, that's not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, Luigi's Mansion. No, you're right. Luigi's Mansion.
No, they
came
have a
out
Haunted
on-
Mansion from the Disney one, but I was thinking Luigi's.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion came out on GameCube. That was a really cool game.
Hitman 2?
I didn't never play that on GameCube.
Oh, yeah, and it actually was never released in the States, GameCube.
It seems like ever since the Xbox came out, the only reason I have a Nintendo is to play the Nintendo exclusive games.
Yep, I agree.
Like, there's really no other reason to have it because I'd prefer to play things in 4K at 60 frames per second. And
Yeah, because I went and
You know,
played Control on my Switch, and I went and played Control on my Xbox One, and I'm like, there's no comparison.
I don't even know what you're talking
No,
about.
just the fluidity of it. Like Control won
Great
Game of the Year in 2019.
So good.
Yep, no idea what it is.
We'll get into
The
that when
same
we get to
people
the
who
Xbox
made
series.
Quantum. What's it called? Case.
I had some of the Lego Star Wars ones. Those ones were good.
Oh, for 64?
What was
yes.
For GameCube? It was the Squadron. The Rogue Squadron.
I just passed it. Yeah.
Rogue Squadron.
Yep.
That
Rogue
game
Squadron
was like the first time you got to fly a TIE fighter, and it looked awesome.
Yeah, they had Rogue Squadron 2 and 3.
Okay, so wait, did you play Metroid and Metroid Prime on those? I played
Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime was awesome.
Awesome. Great
game.
You know,
I think I did play Metroid Prime, but not Prime 2.
I never played 2, but I remember, Lonnie, do you remember that 53-inch Mitsubishi projection TV I bought?
No.
Yes, I do.
So this is going to sound stupid, but some of my favorite memories around Christmas time are it was raining, and we lived in the apartments, Lonnon, up on Sahara.
Yep.
And I was working at Zion Physical Therapy, so I remember the day I bought it. I went to Toys R Us on Stephanie and Sunset, bought it in the rain, and this was like right before Christmas. Came home and played. What's that?
R.I.P. to Toy. What is it?
To Toys R Us. Yeah.
Toys R Us.
Yeah, but came home and played the heck out of that game. But I remember playing on that 53-inch projection.
Dane, remember the one? I remember we were at the house on Royal Legacy Lane, and all I remember is playing NHL, whatever it was. It was a hockey game.
Oh, it was.
I think it was Xbox, but
yes, it was like Tecmo.
What
it was
song
like,
was it? Was it Headstrong?
You got all the NBA 2K and 2K3s that Dane would play, I'm sure.
No, this was it was a 3-on-3 NHL, kind of, think of like NBA Jam, but you could totally check people and fight each other.
Oh, NHL Hits?
Hits, that's what it was.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes, because there was NFL Blitz. So yes, it was NHL Hits.
And
we played the heck out of that.
That one was a lot of fun.
And NFL Blitz, but in NHL Hits, you had 02 and 03.
Yep, we played that. I think we got that on Dreamcast, Case. Well, Case, once again, I think most of the things you're thinking on Royal Legacy were Dreamcast, because that's when I had my Dreamcast.
Yeah, we played a lot of Dreamcast at Royal Legacy. A lot.
Yep. And we probably some of my favorite memories are playing through Resident Evil. And Case was probably 8 years old, and he'd read the
book
guide. Yep, he'd read the guide to me and tell me what I needed to do. And I mean, we spent. That's probably one of my favorite memories of video games. Oh, Prince of Persia blew my mind on the Xbox.
Is that Sam's
It was on the Xbox. That's what I thought.
That's getting re-released this month in 4K.
I'll be so happy. Oh my gosh.
It got delayed. It was supposed to come out for Christmas. Then it got delayed till this month, and I think I might have heard they delayed it again. But I'd rather have them delay a game than have it come out like Cyberpunk 2077 and not work.
There's so many issues with it.
Yeah, I don't know how CD Projekt Red's going to stay in business. They had to give so much money back to investors.
Wow. Well,
but
let's jump into the Wii because we're way late on time. So there was obviously the U was useless.
The coolest thing about the Wii was you could homebrew it. You could hack it.
Yeah, I still have two that are hacked.
Yeah, I have mine upstairs is hacked.
Can I steal one of yours, Lonnon? Or borrow one?
Yeah, I don't care. Like, I have one that's hacked.
You need to borrow Eternal Darkness.
But it doesn't work as well.
Yes.
As it used to. I don't know if the CD-ROM drive works on the one. The other one, my brother-in-law just gave to me, so it's probably not even hacked yet, but I could probably have it hacked in 10 minutes.
You know, something I miss doing is playing a game until you die, and then you hand it to the next person, and they play it till they die. Like Super Castlevania, I remember doing that with Castlevania 3.
I totally forgot about SSX.
Tricky?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Tricky.
That was Xbox, though.
Yep. It was Xbox. That was.
But there was an SSX on 64.
Yes, there was.
What was the? It was like a snowboarding game on the Xbox. When the Xbox first came out, Microsoft produced it and released it. Do you remember?
I don't know. No.
I don't either.
It was so good. It was, I don't remember. Do you remember Project Gotham? Never mind. We're going to talk about Xbox later.
Xbox will be on a different episode because we're definitely hit our time on this one. So,
Mad World. Was that the black and white?
That was that black and white one that was all red with black and white and red.
It was also one of the few mature games on the Wii.
Wii Sports is by far one of the best things ever.
Yep.
Bowling was awesome. You turn the
golf.
controller a certain way, and you actually throw it a certain way. And
Tennis.
Yep.
Tennis was great.
awesome.
It was just honestly,
boxing was ridiculously dumb.
Dumb. But it was just they really stepped up the game with the motion sensors or
Yeah,
whatever.
and it was crazy because everybody else was going high def, and I wish they would have gone high def with that. And that's where the Wii U came in. Is because the Wii U was high def.
Yeah, but so they had to go a different direction. I mean, after PlayStation and Xbox came out, like they were just getting destroyed, and so they needed to go a different direction to get their people back.
And
the only reason to buy a Nintendo was to play first-person games. That was it. First-party games.
Yes.
Because you play everything else on something else because it looked better.
Yeah, or Mario looks great on any Nintendo because it's designed for that.
Yeah. Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess was awesome, and it's one of the first Zeldas that they actually made look like it could be realistic. They didn't go in the dumb cartoony thing. They didn't go with the cell shaded. Oh, Wind Waker was fantastic on GameCube.
I love Wind Waker. It was great.
Yep. We could probably not do the Switch because it's also considered a portable, and we didn't do any of the portables.
Let's jump in the portables in the future.
We'll stop with Wii U.
Wii U.
Yeah.
Even though that was technically portable as well.
Was it?
No. You had to be in the house with it.
Still portable.
It had to be, I believe, on the same Wi-Fi that the actual Wii U console was on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like you couldn't. I don't believe you could take it with you. You could use it as the screen. Like, I mean, the main reason I never used it is because I had a game room. But I could see where somebody has one TV and they're like, "Oh, Dad, I want to play." Well, okay, grab the tablet and you can play it on the tablet.
Yeah, that's what actually me and my wife do. She's playing The Sims or something. I'll just grab my Switch and play.
But the Rock Bands.
Beatles
Rock Band.
Those were all Xbox.
I played a bunch on the Wii after I moved away from Dane. I got on the Wii. So I have all the Rock Bands and the Beatles Rock Band.
Jeez.
Yep. What else
Band.
on Twilight Princess was good. Skyward Sword was good, but once again, one of the few Zeldas I never finished because I hated the motion controls.
Yeah, actually, there was a Dragon Quest, the same thing. And I played it, and I was like, okay, done. Don't like it.
Yeah, it's like I get the idea, but after 6 hours of swinging your sword, quote unquote, it's like, okay, I just want to push a button.
Exactly.
Yep, that's what I like about, getting back into the Switch, but Mario Odyssey has that feature as well. You can actually use the controllers to throw the hat, but you can also use the button to throw the hat.
Yep, and I think they realized that with the Wii, that it was like, we need to give the people the option to do motion controls.
Correct.
And because Skyward Sword...
sometimes I like to just be able to, toss my hand around. But other times you're like, nope, I need to just press a button.
Yeah, it can be immersive. But sometimes you just don't have the room to do it.
Correct.
Did you play
Skyward Sword, other than that, was a good game.
Judgment, Dane?
No. What was that on?
It was on the Wii.
Huh. I probably have it up on there. I have I think a 500 gig hard drive full of games.
Yeah, only now.
Only.
Like, I think about it now, and it's like, I could put a 1 terabyte on there now.
Jeez, guys,
yeah,
nuts.
The one I have right now connected to my Xbox is a 12 terabyte.
The one I have connected to my Xbox is a 500 gigabyte, but it's a NVMe SSD.
Oh, well, I have a 1 terabyte NVMe.
It just loads super fast.
I have a 1 terabyte NVMe.
Yeah, but you've got a freaking
All right, so guys, I think that pretty much covers it for the Wii and
or Nintendo.
Actually, you know what? The Wii, the Mario Kart one for the Wii, that was fun too.
Yeah,
that was.
They did very good on that.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun.
On the
Mario
Dance
Party was a lot of fun on that. I never played the Dance Revolutions.
They were fun. They were fun. It was good.
Yeah, my wife loves those.
Because you just put the thing on your arm and you just do that. Yeah, it was super fun. I have a lot of those too. Yeah, I mean, lots of Disney games on there.
What'd
you say, Lonnon?
Lots of Disney games.
Lots of Disney games.
Yep, lots of Disney games. And I think that I don't remember the Wii as well because I had my Xbox 360 at that point.
Yep.
And once again, it was the Animal Crossing was fantastic on Wii. Metroid. Oh, you know what got really bad reviews was Metroid Other M. It was like a side-scrolling, but I really enjoyed it. You guys should try it if you like.
Well, that's what you grew up with.
Well, the thing people didn't like,
That's what you grew up playing was side-scrolling. So
yeah, but it was like it wasn't 2D. It was like 2.5D.
Okay.
And people didn't like that you had to turn the controller a certain way to like match things up because it was the Wii controller.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
you played
actually.
it sideways. But I thought it was a fantastic game. There were a couple of things I didn't like about it, but other than that, the story I thought was really good. But I thought it was a lot of fun.
Well, awesome. Yeah, this has been one awesome throwback.
Yeah,
what's funny is we thought we were
guys,
gonna
this
get
was
through
probably the most fun.
I thought we were going to get through like all the consoles. We didn't even start into any of the rest of them.
Yeah,
and to be honest, I think next one we'll probably start with the Sega for what we had because we both had a Dreamcast, and then we'll move into the PlayStation.
No, it'd be
PlayStation 1
first. Yeah, you do PlayStation first.
PlayStation first, and then we got to go Dreamcast, and then Xbox.
Dreamcast into Xbox because basically Sega died off, and then Microsoft kicked in.
Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
I remember the Dreamcast came out 9/9/99. That was the date it came out.
That's awesome.
And it was $300.
Oh yeah,
my PlayStation 3 I played
myself,
$700 for.
And I bought one for my in-laws and I don't know what happened to the one I bought them.
A Dreamcast?
Yep.
I'd honestly like to go back and play Dreamcast again.
It's so hard to do, Case, because there's only one stick. Jet Set Radio.
Oh, yep. Nope, never played it.
Oh, dude, you need to download that. Jet Set Radio. Anyway, so, Case, where can we... let us know what you guys think. Did we miss some of your guys' favorite games?
Yeah.
Are there memories that you have about, different kind of games? Let us know on our socials, Case.
Yeah, our socials, you can catch us at King Ugly Crew, and that's on Instagram and Facebook. Like us, go ahead and subscribe. We don't think we can do subscribing. Sorry, too many YouTube videos. Or you guys can email us at kinguglycrew@gmail.com. Guys, just reach out to us. Let us know what you guys think of the podcast. Do you like the video game aspect of this? I mean, this is something we all really have enjoyed, and let us know what you guys think.
I've had a blast tonight talking about it. Just, blast from the past.
Yeah, especially starting off with the Atari. Oh, so we did start off with something else. Although Atari died off like much after that. So they had the Jaguar for a little bit.
Yeah, which we never had, or the Neo Geo. That was just too expensive.
Yeah, but that wasn't
I think the Neo Geo was like $700. No, that was TurboGrafx 16. You remember that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of consoles. The Panasonic 3DO. Anyway,
that's the one Todd had.
Yep, Robbie got it from the Boston Red Sox when they drafted him.
Yep.
So anyway, guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us, and we'll do it again next week. Once again, let us know if there's anything you want to hear or any experiences you want to share with us, and stay ugly.